Oh, it's that time of year when all the women are like, oh, Santa, please bring me a good man. I want a good man for 2026. Well, I'm sorry, Brittany, but Santa doesn't see your Instagram. You're getting a lump of coal. I mean, let's be serious, ladies. Half of your social media looks like a situationship starter pack. This is good. Anyways, a strong masculine man is not going to chase after a chaotic woman. And you can take the boss babe hat off, honey, because I'm going to tell you from experience, alignment is way better than independence. So when you're asking, where the hell is my husband? Remember, peace attracts husbands. This just attracts lessons. And I have said this before. Remember, we are not bounty paper towel. Okay, this is not the quicker picker upper. If you keep attracting garbage, you need to start doing a little reflective work as to why do I keep attracting garbage men? Why can't I find a good husband? My one piece of sister advice, remember, if you keep entertaining the clown, you just become part of the circus.
What do you think the problem is with modern dating right now?
No one's loyal.
Have you experienced your man cheating on you before in the past?
No, but I just don't think anyone's loyal.
So why do people still ask people to commit to each other?
That's a good question. I don't know, honestly.
Why do you think hookup culture is so prevalent in modern day?
Because you don't have to be committed and everyone wants everything nowadays.
So do you believe in doing wife duties before the ring?
No.
Why not?
Because why should I give it to a guy if he hasn't invested in me and given me a ring? I'm not obligated to do anything for a guy.
But why should a guy invest if he doesn't know what he's going to get in the long term?
It's a feeling, you know. If it's the right girl, you'll know.
So how long would you want to date a guy before, you want him to propose?
1 year.
1 year minimum.
I'm gonna go, 1 year. I think 1 year is good enough.
Yeah, we need to go ahead and leave this one alone. Leave this one where she's at. Seems like she really don't have nothing good to say. Let her go.
I'm a desperate loser. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I don't do anything. I'm in a holding pattern until Bryn wakes up.
You get to pick one person in this entire world to be your partner and you're gonna pick a loser? Like that's your draft pick out of 8 billion people? That's who you're choosing to do this life with? Be so for real. You get one person who's gonna impact your peace, your energy, your growth, your mindset, literally every area of your life. We overthink everything else. We analyze jobs, outfits, workouts, Instagram captions, but when it comes to picking a partner, suddenly we go quiet. We stop holding a higher standard and we make excuses for them. No, you're settling. The person you choose is either going to elevate your life or drain it. They'll either challenge you to rise or keep you small because your growth makes them uncomfortable. Stop confusing potential for partnership. Stop giving endless chances. When you pick someone, you're not just choosing a partner, you're choosing the environment you live in every single day. So if you're going to choose someone, choose peace. Choose someone who matches your energy, your ambition, and your effort. You deserve someone who actually builds with you, not someone you have to carry.
Some people my age are getting married, some of them on their second marriages already, and having a baby or 3. And then there's me, who made a TikTok for the squirrels that I befriended in my backyard. So.
If you're a man with money, what's the point of marriage? Seriously, what's the point of getting married unless you want to lose unless you want to end up in court and have to pay somebody a bunch of money that they didn't earn, okay? And before you say, oh, it's to have a family and have kids, you don't need to do that anymore. You can go to a fertility clinic these days and you could have a kid whenever you want as a man with no woman in your life. You could just buy somebody's eggs and then pay a surrogate mother to carry that kid to term. Boom. You have a child. And guess what the best part about that is? Not only do you have a kid, you don't have to worry about some bitter woman trying to take that from you or demand money from you or keep bothering you for 18 years. And before you say, well, if you're a working man and you have money, well, how are you going to raise the kids? Easy. If you got money, you got the solution. The solution is nannies, maid, cook, whatever. Okay? And then when you come home, you get to enjoy time with your kid. So if you really want kids, you don't need to get married to have kids if you have money, is my point. And I would argue that if you get married these days and you have money as a man, you're probably just a little slow, okay? Or you're not all there, or maybe you have some type of kink or fetish where you like to give away all your money or have it robbed from you or taken from you, okay? Because most of the time, that's what happens, okay? Most of these marriages will end up in failure. And what happens? The woman who you married, who had nothing when you married her, but you had everything, is going to try to take everything from you or demand as much as she can because she never loved you. It was never about you. It was about what you could provide for her and what you could do for her. Okay? And before you sit here and say, oh no, this guy's bitter, I know my wife really loves me. I know that the woman I'm with really loves me. Listen, if you're a man with money, I'm only talking to men with money, okay? Why don't you do a little test? Okay? For 60 to 90 days, it's got to be at least 60 to 90 days, because if it's 30 days, she won't show you her true colors. For 60 to 90 days, make up an elaborate lie that something went terribly wrong. You got sued. Something bad happened to the business. All the money's gone. Whatever you got to do, okay? Start making her struggle. Can't pay for her hair, can't pay for her nails, can't pay for this, can't pay for that. When she wants to go grocery shopping, say, we ain't gonna have money for that. We can't even pay the mortgage. We got nothing. But you got to make it last 60 to 90 days, and something magical is going to happen. You're going to realize she never loved you. The only thing she loved was the security that you could provide. So why would you want to do that? Why would you ever want to do that? Don't make no sense.
Guys, virginity, body count, it does not matter. Tell me why. I've had so many friends that are worried to adding to their bodies because they think they'll lose their value as a woman.
What type of propaganda did it take for women to be thinking like this? She ran through there and she's telling other women that it's alright to have a high body count. It's not at all there. Know what I'm saying? How a woman is valued is by a body count. Don't sleep around with every Tom, Dick and Harry. Believe in the Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ, and everything will work out in the end. Just don't ruin yourself there. Stay woke in these streets. Big brother.
Let's just put a man's wants and needs to the side. Why don't you just be responsible? Just be responsible. You're wanting a man to be disciplined? Why don't you show that same discipline? I don't get it. Like, we can sit up here and talk about, oh, well, I lose my value to a man and this, and this. And what about to yourself? Aren't you, y'all say y'all are very involved in self-care. How come this is not a part of your self-care? Not giving every single person access to your body.
Some of y'all BBL get me tight. Y'all be mad at the next all because you shaped like the letter P. That's your problem. Y'all be forgetting that Caribbean women actually are born with asses. That we naturally thick. That some white women are naturally thick down there. Oh, she got a fat ass and no tummy. That shit must be fake. You're just mad because you had to pay for it and you wasn't naturally blessed, you dumb. Y'all have normalized that so much to the point where you see a fat ass, you automatically think that is fake. Automatically. Oh, you mad? Oh, you mad? Oh, you're mad. You're mad because you paid for your and you mad because you got to keep up with your
Alright guys, this one's too funny. This is an update on Victoria Everest. This is a girl I covered just the other day. I covered her because she was caught on camera admitting that she made false allegations against a man that never hurt her. She's on tape saying that she did it just to get back at him and to give him a taste of his own medicine because she doesn't like him. Now here's the funny part. That video was wildly popular and everybody kind of knows now. Now to make money, Victoria is like a resort coach. She does these destination resort health trips where people pay her tons of money to come hang out with her and eat food and whatever with her. And what I didn't realize was the day I dropped my video was day one of her new resorts. So from all the backlash, she was forced to make this post today. Like every human, I've made mistakes in my past. I am not proud of them and they do not define who I am today. Which sounds like she's admitting, hey, I up. But let's continue. To those who have stood firm in truth and refused to feed the noise, I see you, I honor you, and thank you. Your trust and loyalty mean everything. Victoria, nobody's feeding any noise. They're telling the truth about you and holding you accountable because you tried to ruin somebody's life. And I would bet that the only reason you're releasing even this is because you're trying to be on your resort unbothered and your clients started asking about it. Your clients want to know what you think about it and what actually happened. And you can't even go the, oh, it was an AI video route because you already admitted in my inbox that was you on the tape. It's almost like being a social media influencer and being a huge scumbag that tries to ruin a man's life for nothing gets your whole world up. Huh.
I'm married to a short king. I love it. I feel like I really found this gem. And I think that so many women are missing out on great potential partners because of things like height. A huge thing that I push women to do is to change their height filters and just say, there is nothing that proves that you're going to have a successful long-term relationship if the guy is higher.
If you think for one moment, 1 second, that you can meet a man because you jumped into his DMs and said, what's up? Because you have seen him on social media and you've seen him on the news in y'all's local area, because he was the man who found a 6-year-old baby walking blocks by herself to go to school because she was unsupervised by a ratchet ass mama. So you thought, oh, he's a good guy. You slid in his DMs, asked what was up. You sent that man your address so that man could come and pick you up at 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. If you think that that man got out of his bed to come and get you, bring you back to his house where you took your clothes off, if you think that man was not expecting for y'all to have some fun, you are delusional. And what I don't understand about this whole story about this Brianna girl and Josh, whatever his name is you are now trying to call him a bad guy. You are talking about, and he made a GoFundMe. He made a GoFundMe because people asked him to make a GoFundMe. Because good deeds like what he did should be rewarded. And what you thought was you was going to be able to play on that man's top. And so now he's not a good guy anymore because he told you to walk home. I know somebody going to say, well, he could have been a gentleman and took her home. She could have had some good common sense and been a grown, mature woman and not played with that man's time. Y'all have got to be careful because that could have ended so much worse. What if he didn't just say, get out? What if he took it? Would the conversation still be the same?
In some way, somehow, a modern woman has figured out how to make it a man's problem. You see a man that did a good deed, you wanted some clout, so therefore you decided, because I don't have anything to offer, I'm going to throw him a little cat for no reason, honestly, for no reason. And then when these men are taking you up on your offer, you get mad at them because they see you in a certain way.
You know what's a double standard I can't stand is that these bitter ass baby moms will come online and talk about their baby daddies, but you know how hard it is for some of these baby daddies to keep their mouth shut about how terrible their bitter ass baby moms are to their kids. Like, keeping it from your kid how bad the other parent is actually one of the hardest things to do. Instead of being like, yeah, your mom sucks and, you know, she's trying to keep you from me and she's brainwashing you, these dads have to stay silent. Not only do they stay silent, but if they start more conflict or any kind of conflict with the bitter ass baby mom, she's just going to alienate the children further. So a lot of y'all are like, oh, the dad didn't fight. But one, why does he have to fight in the first place? But two, you think he's trying to make the situation worse for his kids? He goes through every single day having to fight between defending himself and like feeling like a whole ass man and getting his kids back versus fighting with his baby mom every single day and making the situation worse. And the worst part about it is that these bitter ass baby moms will justify how they're treating their baby daddies. Oh, well, he didn't call the kids enough, so that means he doesn't love them. And then she's making all these side comments to her kids. Meanwhile, it's the dad who hasn't said about the mom. The kids find out when they're 17, 18, 19 years old, like, oh, my mom was actually the problem. And that's why I have so many problems throughout my growing up and my upbringing, because my mom was actually the piece of and painted my dad as this horrible human being because she wasn't about keeping the peace. She wasn't about, you know, loving me more than she hated my dad. But y'all never want to have those kind of conversations because you want to make it about like how he's so and how terrible he is. But the only reason he's so terrible is because you can't get over him and you want to paint him out to be someone that he's not because you can't understand how your own kids love their dad. You don't want your kids to love their dad more than you because that makes you feel bad. So you want to paint him as like a horrible human being. And the whole time he's kept his mouth shut about you. Okay, bye.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per...
First off, I just want to point out that somebody tagged me on this video telling you that I would come for you. You told them to shut their you-know-what up. So now you get me. And listen, I understand that man runs a little different than most of us, and it's okay to have a harmless little chuckle to yourself when you see it, but you don't go and film that man, not once, but twice, to post online and make fun of him. Then you go and support comments making fun of his politics, as if that has anything to do with it, as well as supporting disgusting, vile comments about that man. I mean, how do you not know better than to treat people this way? And how do you think that man would feel if he saw these videos? Do you really think that he'd want to come back to the gym? No. And all for what? So you can get some likes and attention at his expense. Shame on you. And I really hope that LA Fitness in Atlanta, Georgia sees this and kicks your ass out. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
Unpopular opinion. A lot of men are now attracted to mindset. He needs to see how you think, not just how you look. And if he ain't attracted to how you think, he won't be attracted to you.
Back when I was in college, I was dating this guy on and off again that I did not really like at this point.
Ladies, y'all want to see what it's like to date some of y'all in today's day and age? Viewer discretion is advised.
For whatever reason, we were meeting in our college town, which is a 3-hour drive from me, right? Disclaimer, I was not putting oil in my car. I thought my dad was doing it. He was not. So I'm on the phone with this guy, and I'm talking to him, and I realize that my car engine is starting to kind of smoke, but I'm like, whatever.
We just started the story, bro. We haven't even gotten to the best part. We just started the story. Your car's engine is smoking, and it's, whatever? How? This is why I never believed in like that whole women intuition and women got great discernment. Your intuition, your discernment should have told you something is wrong, I need to pull over. But instead, I'll deal with it later.
And I mentioned it casually, and he's like, you should really pull over. And I'm like, I think I know my car. You should really shut the fuck up and not tell me what to do. I'm a grown-ass woman.
So this offers you the best advice you could get in that point in time. And your response to him is, you need to shut the fuck up and not tell me what to do because I'm a grown-ass woman. Not only are you a grown-ass woman, you know your car. Okay, Vin Diesel? The way of the independent woman, boy, I tell you, this shit gonna get some of y'all really up.
I continue to drive, and a tow truck driver, after a couple more minutes, comes up next to me, and he's like, your car's on fire. I'm on the phone with my boyfriend, and I'm like, look how many want me. He's telling me that I'm fire, that I look good.
Bro, what? No, you can't make this up. Come on, telling your car is on fire. You're thinking, I'm like that. I've told this nigga, not everybody want me. Look at that. And nothing clicked in your head like, wait a minute, fire. So I saw smoke earlier. 2 and 2 would always equal 4 in this situation. But instead, you thought somebody was trying to get at you while you were on the phone with your boyfriend, let alone a nigga in a tow truck.
In that moment, I also realized that my steering wheel is locked. I cannot move it. My dashboard is frozen. I can't let my boyfriend on the phone know that he won.
What the be wrong with some of y'all? There's nothing to win here. You're about to die. Your car's on the verge of exploding, bro. You're thinking about, I can't let this win. Mind you, the thing that he's going to win is the advice that he gave you, which was the best advice at the time, is what you don't want him to win. I don't even get it. What are you talking about?
So this tow truck driver is telling me, like, slow down, put your caution signals on, and he's motioning to other cars to let me over so I can get off and exit. And I'm maneuvering with all my might to get over. I somehow managed to slow the car down, get over, and the first place off of the highway was a gas station.
I've heard it all. I've heard all of it. Your car's up in flames, and the first place you stop at is a gas station. You cannot make this up.
So I genuinely jump out of the car. Wasn't moving fast at this point, but my car is starting to actually go up in flames. It rolls into a stop, and I run into the gas station, and I'm like, my car's on fire. And they're like, you decided to go to a gas station? They turn off the gas, the fire department comes, my car is completely totaled. Car was totaled, and the guy that I'm talking about, my then boyfriend, had to drive down and come and get me.
That is literally the life of certain women. Make as many decisions as you can, and somebody else is going to come and fix it for you. Man, life must be great for some of y'all. But you know, unfortunately for you, you ain't got to listen to what I'm saying. Because I'm just a normal guy. I give you change.
She's playing. This is a joke. This is satire. She joking around. I'm not going to take it seriously. I know there are modern women out here that think along these lines, but I refuse to believe that this is serious.
If you're a lady and you're in a relationship, it is okay to take gifts from other men. It's not me that said it. See who said
Yeah,
it.
for sure. See, I'm not even married, but let's say I'm married, not a boyfriend situation. I'm going to still collect it. There was a time that I was going to like get a car, and it was just like a dinner date with a man, and he saw me just talking about it, and he was like, okay, how much do I need? I told him so amount, I have so amount, and he sent it to me, and then I was able to like get it.
What if your partner is actually watching this video right now?
I love you, baby. Love you. We'll set it at home. Mwah.
So how do you feel about it if another girl is actually gifting your man?
First off, why is my partner supposed to be receiving gifts from other women? And secondly, why is a woman gifting my man?
Oh, you're receiving gifts from other men.
I'm a girl. Like everybody wants to splurge on a woman, especially when you're pretty. Everybody wants to spend on you. But like, why is a woman spending her money on a man? Why is anybody spending on my man if my man is not sleeping with that person?
So how do you think your partner will feel if you accept gifts from a guy?
I think he should be happy, like I said.
So you can collect gift, he cannot collect gift. Auntie, I want to tell you respectfully, it's like you are a weary person. Say people pay and you say normal, a really poor. I get it. It's one thing to say you are doing it in your relationship, another thing to say you are still okay with doing it in your marriage. No man wants to end up with a woman that's always going to be hungry for the rest of her life. That is what you just displayed. But that's by the way. Collecting gift in a relationship, I can't really say anything on that. But let me say this. If you are a lady and you are dating somebody that you genuinely love, and you people are trying to build something futuristic, please don't take gift from men when you're in that relationship. Oh, Jesus. I know people want to bite me, but understand this. When you start taking from men while you're in a relationship, right, they are going to sweep your love out of that relationship. You will start comparing them to your man with time. And mind you, most times these men are way older than your man. You start comparing your man to them. And once comparison kicks into a relationship, you start having problems. Except they have not meet Lagos or Abuja men. They will sweep the love. They will use those gifts and sweep the love away. Things that normally the guy would do and you just to start irritating you. You start finding it irritating. You guys will start having unnecessary issues. You would not value the relationship. The things that you are supposed to work through together, you don't want to work through it because somebody's out there, offering you stuff. But if you don't pay gift, it's still your eye to be collecting from other men up and down. Just don't go into a relationship. Don't be single. Nobody will judge you.
And whenever we have the conversation about a man paying all the bills, we allow people to make it seem like they are equal, right? Meaning, when a woman, we be here having a debate, and a woman be like, all right, he pay all the bills, so what? I do X, Y, and Z. I think that we let everybody just brush past that, like paying all the bills is somehow
opens the door
the same as whatever you're doing in the house.
Or that is easy.
Whatever you're doing in the house. Basically, I'm sacrificing my life, right? If I go out and I work 40 hours a week and I come home, right? And I'm paying everything. There is nothing that you're doing in the house, right? Let's just say, for instance, the dishes in the sink. The dishes that's in the sink, the stress that gives you is nothing like the stress that I deal with when, damn, first of the month in 5 days. Rent $2,000. I only got $900. I gotta figure this out. That stress and the stress of whatever you're doing in the crib, we somehow let people
make it
the same.
It is like what he said. I think went over everybody's head. If those dishes don't get done, we not homeless. If that kid don't go to soccer,
we not homeless. They not the same.
It's not the same level of prioritizing for severity of importance. You cannot do the dishes, we gonna survive. You cannot wash the clothes, you cannot cook, we are Uber Eats, you cannot take the kid to pregnant, you cannot do all that. But if I don't pay these bills,
and that's what I'm saying.
This is what married people don't tell you about marriage. I have been married for 14 years and together 17. Do you think that the love that I have for my husband is keeping me faithful? Do you think that the respect that I have for my husband is keeping me a submissive wife? No, people, no. What is keeping me faithful and submissive to my husband, even when I feel he don't deserve it, is my love for God, okay? It is the love that I have for God and the respect I have for God. And I reverence every day what is his goodness. Like I fall in love every day with his goodness. So that is what's keeping me being a loving, submissive, a respectable wife. Is not my husband, because at the end of the day, I'm human. I will fall short. He will piss me off. I will want to do some things that'll piss him off, tit for tat. It is because I love God and I recognize that his goodness is what's keeping me faithful, committed, and submitted as a submissive wife to my husband. So yeah, guys, that's what it is.
You got to be able to see over the top of what their circumstance looks like at the current moment. A lot of married people, honestly, in general, they fall into the trap of seeing the here and the now instead of, like I said, looking up over the top of everything and saying, okay, I see this is what's happening now, but I choose to believe that this person is this. They're a good person. Basically giving them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of modern women, they say, I choose to bear. They're looking at their specific situation or a situation that they've heard of. And men are saying that I would have never even thought to put my hands on a woman. I would have actually stepped in and helped the woman out in a situation, whatever it is, if the woman was in trouble. But yet I continue to get lumped in with the same percentage of guys that y'all keep on going for, that keep on dogging you out. I don't get it, right? So you have to stop seeing your I understand you're going to see what you see, and it's going to be like, oh, people need to address that. I got it. But like I said, a lot of modern women, get your eyes up instead of looking at, oh, like all you seeing is right here. This is all you seeing. Instead, just kind of look over that. Say, oh, there's something else. Get past that wall. Get around that wall. Get through that wall. Oh, it's a whole different world out here besides these four walls. It's amazing to me that these modern women are able to tell men, and everybody in society is able to tell men, well, you need to get outside the box. You need to think outside the box. You need to get outside your house and go looking for friends, see a different perspective. But when men say, okay, bet, I got you, y'all need to see things from a different perspective, maybe a man's perspective. All of a sudden, they want to stay in the box. They don't want to get outside of their comfort zone. Everything needs to stay the same. I find that funny.
People always ask me, Gina, how do you change a tire? I don't know. My name's Chloe, not Gina. But I do know some great office space in the Houston area. This is our open space and reception area. We do have a slide if you need a nice stress reliever. And over here, we have coffee, water, all complimentary for you. And this is James. James, how do you feel about work lunch?
The best place to work, hands down. Free coffee and free water every day. And the best team, perfect place to work.
And what is your favorite part of our open space?
Probably the outside or the massage chairs. Spend a lot of time there.
You heard it here, folks. Complimentary massage chairs. Where do you find that in another space?
The older I get, the more I realize, you know what, Tahiri, 50-50 is not such a bad idea. See, when I was younger, I used to think that if a man didn't pay for everything, that he wasn't worth it. But now I realize that one person carrying a whole relationship isn't love, y'all. There's a lot of pressure. And that kind of pressure could drain a good man's light, a good man's energy. See, I no longer want a sponsor. I want a partner. It's not always about the money. It's about the effort, communication, and peace. See, I still want to get spoiled. Don't get me wrong. But this thing in a relationship is teamwork. Guys, I've woken up.
Okay, your question. What is your relationship like with your mother?
I was raised by my father. My mother wasn't really in my life like that.
Okay.
You know, I call her Mother's Day, you know, say Happy Mother's Day to her, but, you know, my mother wasn't really a part of my life like that.
Damn. Damn.
Damn.
And why'd you pop? Because they normally got mommy issues.
I ain't got taught that at my father. I had nothing to do with that, you know. My mother didn't want to, you know. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm just a kid. I'm just telling what it is.
Yeah, I understand that. I get it. Like, it's just dealing with, I've dealt with men that, you know, had mommy issues. Well, it wasn't raised by mom or had mom problems, so.
Would it be the other way around if it was the father?
Yeah, I would expect that. My dad wasn't in my life either, so I do struggle with daddy issues.
I understand.
And why did you pop?
The same reason the last person said, the mommy issues. I feel like you'll have mommy issues, and the last person I dated also went through the same thing, and I vowed never, ever to do that again.
Everybody's individually different, so if they want to judge it off of that, it's no problem.
With me having a relationship with my mother, I wouldn't want it to come in between my spouse or my partners, you know, with them not having the same thing. And I don't have any children, so it's going to be a lot different.
You got your father?
Yes.
It's good. God bless.
Thank you.
Okay.
I honestly don't know where that came from. The guy didn't show any, I don't think he showed any signs of any issues. And I would have thought that they would have the wherewithal to, you know, kind of ask some follow-up questions to see exactly where it was in terms of values, in terms of the way he thought. Instead of drilling down deeper, they stayed surface level, and they thought they ate. You didn't.
I don't really like the fake hair, and I'm not big. I'm not big on makeup. Okay.
You can do makeup, but like the caked up makeup, I like natural beauty.
So, you know, with black girls, when we actually have our hair in its natural state, it's really hard to maintain. Like, we're gonna be walking around looking like poodles. And like, it's not really, you like the poodle look, right?
No, not the poodle look.
But wait, you just said not the poodle look, but that's our natural state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's just how you carry it, you know what I mean? It's just not what you do, it's how you do it, you know what I mean? So you could probably have a bad hair day and cover it, disguise it a different way, you know?
Ain't nobody wanted to wear them ugly ass matching Christmas pajamas anyways.
Big conversation on TikTok right now. Big debate. A girl was deciding between a job that was remote that paid $120,000 a year and a job that required you to go into the office that paid $240,000 a year. And this girl, along with many of the people her age, thought that their response was the most obvious response to this question. And that is the $120,000 a year for a remote job.
What's the logic behind that? Why is that?
The kids are afraid of going into the office. They hate the idea of being forced to socialize, to go to an office. Like, I mean, they've come up with their list of reasons why it would make more sense to take $120,000 less. I'm like, do you know how much money $120 extra $1,000 is? Give me the $240 any day of the week. I will go into an office gladly for $240,000. What would you take?
What do you think I?
The $240.
Easy.
You would leave me for one penny more tomorrow.
Easy.
Our generation is so much more driven by
is that the
money,
line?
and I think the younger generation is driven by peace.
Well, the 240 would seem like an easy choice, but I think like some people in the comments talked about wear and tear on your car, wear and tear on your body. I don't think a lot of people, at least not at the beginning, really counted the cost of the commute. They say, well, you're only working for 8 hours. And honestly and truly, this is what I don't think some of these women count in their cost of men actually going to work. Oh, well, he go to work and he shake a couple of hands. He responds to a couple of emails, and that's about it. He's not really doing any work, right? But they don't count the cost of sitting in traffic every day for about an hour. In some places, 2 to 3 hours one way, and then you got to do it all over again, going back home. Some people try to ride public transit, and that that might shave down some time depending on where you are, or at least you get a chance to take a nap, do some other stuff, some other projects on the side, but the commute is still there. You're still having to get dressed up, get ready to go to work. You're still at work on lunch break. Very few people get to go home on their lunch break. So all of that time, from the time that you get up and shower and do all of that stuff, you get to work, you're doing your job, lunch, you get off on the commute home. You can actually log that as work. You're on their time. They're not paying you, but the reason you're out of the home and you're doing other things is because of work, right? So I don't think a lot of people understand that for 120,000 versus 240, if I can get peace, less wear and tear on my car. I mean, because you got to understand, in some of these places, you have to pay for your own parking. And parking is expensive. You have to do that. That's a bill. Then you have to pay for your own lunch. I mean, you could make your own lunch, but that's also a bill to pay for your own lunch. You have to pay for the repairs and the maintenance on your car to keep it up to speed, right? So there's a lot of other. I mean, you might still come out ahead in terms of money, right? But no, a lot of people, at least in the comments, are saying, I'm going to choose 120,000 and be able to work from home. My commute all of a sudden becomes 5 minutes, 10 minutes instead of 2 or 3 hours. That's a big difference. And after I get off work, I close my computer down. If I need to go out somewhere, if I'm hanging out with friends or meeting some friends somewhere, I go right in there, take a shower, throw some clothes on, and I'm headed out. Instead of 2 hours to get home or an hour and a half to get home from work, have to change, get ready, then go back out, I'm worn down. So, like they said, please, 120.
You know where the bathroom at, nigga?
The what?
Bathroom at, nigga?
Damn.
Huh, nigga?
Alright. Stop it.
What, nigga?
Are you even black?
Yeah, nigga.
You tell me for shit.
Bro, look.
You know where the toys is?
Yeah.
It's all the way towards the end of the toys.
Into the toys, nigga? Over there by the toys, nigga?
Yeah. By the toys section.
See, where is the toys? All the way on that side, nigga? Appreciate it, nigga. Have a good day. Thank you, my.
Do y'all know that if a woman cheats, it's the man's fault? If a man cheats, it's the man's fault. If a woman decides to leave her marriage, she's empowered. Y'all, she's just out here trying to find herself. Have a little sympathy. But if a man decides to leave his marriage, you know he's labeled a deadbeat. Kids weaponized against him. He is abandoning his family. Y'all see where I'm going with this? No accountability with women. I mean, think about it. We live in a society where a woman can burn the whole house down and then turn around and blame it on the man for handing her the lighter in the match. And women nowadays have a hard time accepting accountability because then they can no longer play the victim. And when they can't play the victim, then they no longer have control over the situation. But if they would just realize that the moment that they did decide to take accountability, that's actually when they gain the power, not lose it. So the real question is, when are we going to start holding women to the same standards that we hold men to? I mean, blame a man if you want, but at some point you have to look in the mirror and realize that the common denominator is you.
There's a difference between like marrying a woman who had an OnlyFans and thousands of men have seen her naked versus dating a woman who had a past, who went to college and she kind of went through a phase where she slept with a bunch of guys. By the way, even a woman who had an OnlyFans or was an adult entertainer or was a stripper or any of those things, you know, sometimes that's what people do for whatever reasons. And then they move through that phase and they become someone different than the person that, like, I have tremendous, I mean, again, and I'll get pilloried by my, compatriots in that manosphere community when I say this stuff, but I don't know. I've watched so many people reinvent themselves. I've watched so many people go through an ugly divorce where their behavior was one way, and then after it, they learn something from that and they move on from it.
Stop being a woman in general, right, ladies? I'm just kidding. It's easy. Shut up, bitches. We have everything. We have everything we've ever wanted, and we're still not happy. I think we're the problem.
Don't cry. Please don't cry. Oh my god. I don't want to be with you anymore. That's the issue. I just want to go.
I don't know why you're making this a big old deal.
I'm just not happy. I'm not happy.
Why do you feel like that?
I don't know. I'm just not feeling you anymore.
Like whatever it is, like we can work through
That's
it.
the thing. I don't want to work through anything with you anymore. I don't believe I truly love you anymore. I just want my independence back, and I'm gonna be. Can I be honest with you? I want to start dating again. I want to start dating. Like I really do.
Why?
I just want to start seeing other guys.
Are you serious?
Please don't get emotional right now. Don't cry. Come on. Come on. Please don't cry. Oh my god.
I don't know how you can say that. I feel like I've done everything like
stop crying. Stop.
I'm always gonna fight for you.
I'm sorry. Like, you just sound so pathetic right now.
So here are a few ways that I've unintentionally insulted my wife in the past few months. So a couple days ago, she wanted to go to Starbucks, and I fought the urge to tell her we have coffee and a nice coffee maker at home. So I decided to avoid the argument. I'm just going to take her to Starbucks. We got there. She ordered her usual drink. When it was my turn to order, I told him I didn't want anything. And as we're driving home, she said, why wouldn't I order anything? And that I ruined it for her, and that she wasn't going to drink the drink that she ordered. I should have known that I should have just got coffee, even though I didn't want coffee. It was later in the day. I should know that, caffeine is a little bit more important than sleeping at night. Then we're hanging out the other night, and she wanted to spend some time together, so she suggested that we watch a movie. Now, she picked a movie that I've already seen 5 times, and she's attempted to see it 5 times, but she falls asleep before the beginning credits are even over. So I suggested to her, why don't we watch a movie that I haven't seen in case she falls asleep? That way I don't have to keep watching the same movie over and over. I should have known that was a mistake and that spending time with her is more important, and the movie we watch doesn't really matter. Lately, she's been talking about wanting to do a bathroom remodel at our home, and I told her that it probably wasn't in the budget right now. She's recently transitioning into being a stay-at-home mom, so the budget's a little bit tighter. So I told her maybe, in the future we could do that. And I should have known that remodeling our bathroom is more important than paying the mortgage. So it's just something I got to work on. The other night we went out on a date night. I took her out to a nice dinner. She ordered a glass of wine. I just got her water. I should have known that if she's drinking wine, I need to be drinking wine. If she's not drinking wine, I probably need to suggest that we need to drink wine. I don't know why I thought that I could do something that she wasn't doing because I didn't want to do it. That was stupid of me to even think that.
A man with a plan needs a woman who understands that it's a process. Because everybody wants a man with vision, but most don't have the patience that comes with it. Because when he's building, it's not always pretty. There's going to be late nights, quiet seasons, and times where it looks like nothing is working. But that's when he needs peace the most. If you cannot handle the process, you don't deserve the promise. You cannot pray for a man with purpose and then complain when he's focused on his goals. Sometimes, no, he's not being distant. He's being disciplined, and a real woman knows the difference. Support does not always mean spending money. Sometimes it means encouraging him, understanding him, and giving him space to build without pressure. Because when a man has a plan and a woman who believes in it, that's power. But when he's building and you're nagging, that's a distraction. So if you say you want a man with vision, learn to value the process that comes with his purpose. Because once he wins, the one who stood beside him will eat with him.
Do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years' time, starting with you?
I think so, actually, yeah.
Okay. You're 28, better looking in 10 years' time at 38?
Yes, yeah.
48?
Yes.
58?
Yes.
68?
I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I got good genetics. I'm gonna say yeah. My family's they're healthy, beautiful skin, and yeah.
50 years, 78, better looking?
I would say I'm just gonna be beautiful regardless,
You're 25, better looking in 10 years' time at 35?
Definitely better looking because I'm gonna get surgery.
You're 23, better looking in 10 years' time at 33?
Honestly, yeah, I would say I do have a lot of potential.
What's happening?
It's the earring for me and the slits in the eyebrows. Yeah, no, it's a no. But perfect. Yeah.
No, is she someone that's your type?
She's very pretty as well. Not necessarily my type. More of a like natural type of woman. Yeah.
That's cute. I'm very natural. Besides the makeup in there.
Yeah. Besides that, yeah.
That's not. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. But okay, next.
And what do you mean that doesn't make sense?
A woman wears makeup when she goes out. My body's 100% natural, and my hair is extensions. But that again. That doesn't mean anything. The slits in the eyebrows is giving very juvenile and childish, and I don't like it. And the hoop in the earring is So let's go there.
Beautiful.
Would you drop your kid off at a random stranger's house, someone that you've never met, and say, hey, raise them however you think is best? No. Not only no, but no, you wouldn't. Because that sounds insane. Well, welcome to Family Court, where that exact level of insanity happens every single day. A judge, someone who's never changed your kid's diaper, never held them during a panic attack, never helped them with homework, never even seen you interact with your own child. They get handed a file full of accusations and opinions, and suddenly they become an expert on your child's life? Imagine trusting a stranger who read a few pages about you to decide where your kid sleeps, who they bond with, what school they go to, and how many days you're allowed to love them. You'd never trust a stranger to watch your dog without meeting them first. But somehow you're expected to trust someone with your entire bloodline? Make it make sense. The system gives more power to someone who's known your kid for 5 minutes than to a parent who's known them their whole life. And parents are just supposed to sit there and nod, accepting whatever decision a stranger makes about the most important human that they've ever loved. If that doesn't piss you off, you're not paying attention. If this hit you, don't just scroll past it. Like it, comment it, share it. Because the only way this message gets heard is if you push it into the algorithm. And if you're a parent fighting this broken system, or if you need real strategies, support, or a roadmap through the chaos, you can get my coaching. And you can get every guide I've ever created. You can get it on my website, present-father.com. Present-father.com. Don't fight this alone. Follow the page, share the message, and let's help more parents wake up to what's really happening.
What? I'm just money hungry then. Like if I was with you said NBA player?
We talking about a star NBA basketball player. He's not gonna treat you like.
John Morant.
Would you rather be a side chick to a star NBA basketball player, or be married to a loyal average man making less than $100,000 a year?
Married to a regular degular man.
Okay. What about you?
Me too.
Now, why is that you guys' answer? Because most people watching don't think you guys are lying.
Okay, because it's not that I'm lying. It's not that I'm lying. But it's more so like, I mean, what? I'm just money hungry then. Like if I was with you said NBA player?
We talking about a star NBA basketball player. He's not gonna treat you like.
John Morant.
Let's say Let's say you was John Morant. He treating you good, but he got multiple women on the side. He got a main girl.
One, I don't like to share, and two, that's nasty, and three, like that just mean I'm money hungry. Like usually, I'm not gonna say usually because I don't know people who be married. I don't know them. Like if that's the case, and you know your man cheating, you keep going back. You just money hungry. Like you like the money. Like I don't think I like the money. I don't like the money that bad. Like being rich. Having a husband and a kid to go home to, like that's being rich to me.
What about you? If it's John Morant, hypothetically, what would you do?
I just feel like I wouldn't be satisfied enough. Like it's fun and all, it's cool, but I wouldn't be satisfied. It wouldn't be enough. Especially if I'm the side girl, I feel like that wouldn't be maintainable. Because especially how I act, yeah, it wouldn't be maintainable.
You gotta go with a schedule. Like I gotta wait on you to hit me up, wait on you to call me. Gotta wait. No.
I wouldn't say I'm someone that has a lot of icks.
For the record, fellas, if you're dating a woman and she refers to things that she dislikes as icks, it's a good chance that you're headed in the wrong direction. Viewer discretion is advised.
But one thing that really gets me is men complaining. I really don't want to hear about your problems.
And there you have it, only 5 seconds in. I told you. If their thought process features words that are clickbait material, there's a good chance they about to tell you some. But let's address what she's saying. What bothers her is men complaining. She doesn't want to hear about our issues. Now, you could easily say she's a very insensitive individual, but that'd be too cliche. Everybody would know that already. What I am going to say is, fellas, please stay clear away of women like this. Not only that, when they have issues, if you know them to be this way and they have issues, pay it no mind. Give the same energy that they would give you if you had a problem.
The only time I feel it's acceptable for you to tell me about your problems is when you have already thought of a solution and started actioning it.
What is the point of discussing an issue if I've already found a solution? That tells me exactly how much she knows about men, because we don't discuss issues just to talk about it. Men bring problems to each other. We confide in each other on that level to find a solution. So if we've already found a solution, we're not going to discuss it. There's nothing to discuss.
And obviously, I'm not speaking about life-altering things. I'm talking about like minor little setbacks, minor inconveniences.
She strikes me as the type that believes that only women are allowed to complain. Despite the fact that in life, everybody goes through something, and sometimes you just want to get something off your chest, despite it being an extreme situation or a very minor situation. When dealing with your woman, fellas, you should always have a stage or a space to be able to discuss whatever it is that may be bothering you in the moment. Now, I would go to the extent of saying, please do it within reason, because no one wants to hear a complaint every single day. Then that's just nagging. That's a completely different situation. There is nothing wrong with bringing something to the table that bothers you in that moment, whether you have a solution for it or not.
Like, don't come to me to whine and moan, because you're wasting time that you could be using to fix your problem.
And they will get on this very internet and wonder why men don't open up to their women in relationships, because women like this exist. Now, fortunately for us, it's not all women. The word of advice for that young woman in the video: sweetheart, when a man comes to you, especially in a relationship with a problem, he's coming to you for one or two things. He just needs to vent and get something off his chest, or he's really looking for some kind of assistance. It may be an issue that you might be the best person to help him with. Fellas, whatever y'all do, stay clear away of these type of women in the world, man. Please, don't procreate with them. Don't spend your time trying to get into a healthy, committed relationship with them. They don't deserve that kind of a privilege. They're not here to contribute to a relationship. They're only here to receive. These type of women will drain you. And not only that, they don't even see you as human, which is the worst kind of person to be with. I hope y'all listen to me. Y'all keep the change.